Welcome back. It's 10 after the hour. Okay, Star Wars fans, there is an event happening tonight you are not going to want to miss. This morning, Ansley Watson is at the Ordock in Marquette to tell us more about it. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. I'm surrounded by so many creative pieces for Star Wars that you can come here at the Ordock and see tonight at 7. I'm here with the curator and founder of the Culture of Cult Art Series, Mike Forrester. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So tell us a little bit of background. What is the Culture of Cult Art Series?
Culture Cult Art Series this is our 4th one now, and it is a semi-annual art show that we host here at the Ordock. And every 6 months we have a rotating theme, so you never know what you're going to get at the show. But we have it's a collaboration of local artists, all different kinds. We have different kinds of media here. We have, paintings, sculptures, and so it's a really cool way to get the community together to see all these different kinds of talents that we have that exist here, from nationally recognized artists and local artists as well.
And I mean, this is obviously all about Star Wars. What are some of the themes that you guys have done in the past?
Yeah, we've done music was our last show, and that was called Decades in Distortion, and that was where artists could come up with a reimagining of their favorite bands of all time. So it was kind of the first time we'd get to see new work from Led Zeppelin, which was cool. And then we also previously before that was we actually did a Batman show, which was pretty great, and that we had 40 pieces dedicated to Batman on the 75th anniversary of Batman. And so the shows are all centered around pop culture for the most part, but as far as the community goes, they've been really receptive, and we seem to have picked well. So yeah, we're excited for this one. Obviously, this is going to be our biggest show yet.
Talking about the local artists, there's a ton of people from NMU that are involved in this art show, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got, obviously NMU is a huge draw for a lot of people in the community. We have, in this specific show, we start from alumni, we've got staff of NMU, we've got students, faculty. So there's, it's definitely not an NMU show, but, we can definitely contribute a lot of the local draw to be from, NMU people and those involved. So it's really exciting to have students and their teachers being in the show, all contributing to that. So it's one of those few cases where you can say, yeah, that's the benefit of living in a college town, is we have, I can walk a few, feet that way and say, hey, I need artists, and people for this one especially have lined up to be in. So.
Now, is this something where you ask the artist to bring in something specific, or do they just kind of make their own art, whatever they want?
Well, I have usually an open call because I want new people, especially in this one. We had probably 10 new artists who have never participated in the Culture of Cult before. And so this one, specifically, we want to get more people to come out. Some people have said, I was here for the last 3, and I'd like to actually contribute this time. And some artists have said, I've had this artwork, and I've wanted a reason to display it. So it's most of the show, I'd say probably 75% to 80% of it was made specifically for this show. And so there's something really unique about that I think is awesome.
And this is a one-time only thing, just tonight, starts at 7, correct?
Absolutely, and it's free to get in, 21 and up after 9 p.m., all ages until then. We've got 2 custom beers made specifically for this event, so the kids will have fun, and there will be something for mom and dad too. Absolutely.
Great, Mike. Thank you. Stay with us. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
Thank you very much, Ansley. Looks pretty cool. We should put her on the spot next time, but not this time. I loved that Baywatch Wookiee drawing there. That was kind of
nice
cool.
Hair kind of flowing in the breeze.
Yeah.
Well, an art show called The Art of Force is coming to Marquette for one night only. Ansley Watson is with us this morning to talk more about it and all they've got to offer there. And Ansley, I think the one question on everyone's mind, did Han shoot first?
Yes, he did.
I don't know, Sam. I mean, I like Star Wars, but I don't know the answer to that question. Sorry. Maybe, did Han shoot first?
Absolutely. I'm reporting that live, that he did shoot first. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it. This is Mike Forrester, and he is the curator and founder for the Culture of Cult, and putting this art show on here at the Ordock tonight. Why do people need to come to this?
You're kind of witnessing a complete cultural organization here of everybody from Marquette, and also outside talent that are, you know, we are literally celebrating, in my opinion, you know, the greatest saga of film history. But it's really fun for people to come down and you know, Star Wars has been something that has transcended. You know, this is something that I can, you know, get along with an 8-year-old about, and it's also something I can get along with a 50-year-old about. So I think it's one of those film series that has been really incredible to, you know, touch so many different decades of people and generations, and we're just celebrating that through obviously art and all kinds and all sorts.
The show is called The Art of Force, and you can see art from the old movies, the movie just now coming out. The artists just kind of like do whatever they wanted to.
Yeah, well, you know, obviously, is for a lot of these artists, this has been something that, you know, they're really passionate about. Obviously, enough that they wanted to make artwork for the show, and so, you know, I think a lot of these, you know, I think in some regard, if you've ever been a fan of the Star Wars movie and you're, you know, a visual creative person, you're kind of always waiting for the chance to be able to really get your crack at being able to portray one of these characters. So I think that's why it was, you know, you're looking at such a crazy, incredible collection of these characters. And like I said, we've got, you know, characters that you know, that probably got 2 minutes of screen time that for some reason stood out to these artists, and they said, I'm going to dedicate an entire poster to them, which that's just kind of part of what makes the show awesome.
We were talking earlier how in Star Wars, obviously there's the good guys and the bad guys, but you didn't want to give the artists like, oh, you draw the good guys or you draw the bad guys. It's like they kind of just drew whoever they wanted to, because like we were saying, all the characters were just awesome.
Yeah.
So tonight, what can people expect when they come here? What's the event going to take place? How's it going to be like?
Well, we've got the, of course, the, you know, as I've liked to include it, you know, if you know the brewery process, and you know the beer making process, you know, it's an art form on its own, and so we are unveiling a white and a black IPA, so you can choose to drink on the dark side or the light. So, like I said, for mom and dad, there will be plenty of opportunities to have just as much fun, and then obviously for all ages, you know, seeing all the work is going to be, it's, you know, it's going to be very familiar, and then obviously at 7:45 we've got our very special guests that are going to be joining us, and so, you know, a combination with the, you know, celebration of the movies, with the beer, with the, you know, the characters, and I think they're going to really blow you away when you see them, because we have some very, very, very dedicated fans. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I think the whole night is, you know, it starts at 7. People tend to show up early, and you know, we as long as you need to be here and check it out and get your fill of nostalgia, that's how long we welcome you to come on down.
We were talking earlier how, like, even though we're in Marquette, there's just still so much talent to see here. And that talent's coming in from everywhere. Tell us a few places that people are bringing art in from.
Yeah, we've got, from down south, we've got one of our artists that's, you know, Louisiana, Mississippi. We've got coming from Amsterdam, some of the art. Overseas, we've got art from, you know, Oregon, from Salt Lake. And some people that have connections to Marquette and some people that don't. So it's pretty cool to see the difference of all of those. So, and to have them together in one show is pretty incredible.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the show tonight?
7:45, make sure you're there. It's going to be pretty great, and obviously, may the force be with you.
Thank you. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson. We'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.